Rise up in the morning, grab a coffee, check your fit. Hit the ground running, but try not to forget. There is a place where you can go to share some puppy hugs. Slow it down and listen in. Have some caffeine with your friends with Java and Jugs. The best way to start your week, to make that AM commute. Have that hot cup in your hand and wearing something cute.
And don't forget, girls,
there is a place where you can go and bring your favorite mug. Slow it down and listen in. Have some caffeine with your friends with Java and Jugs. Rise up to the day ahead, find a place to sit. We saved this special place for you, so try not to forget. There is a place where you can go with sugar, cream, and love. Slow it down and listen in. Have some caffeine with your friends with Java and Jugs. Careful, it's hot. Spend a Monday with your friends with Java and Jugs. We have mocha, vanilla, hazelnut with Java and Jugs. Coming right up.
Welcome back to the channel, fellow skeptics. The J&J crew is stripping the costume of education from PragerU to reveal the political machine beneath. As a non-accredited university, PragerU has somehow maneuvered itself into the orbit of the next generation, using slick, bite-sized videos, kid-friendly cartoons, teacher-facing lesson materials, and marketing strategies designed to shape the minds of the youth before they've even learned how to spot coercion. Last month, we mulled over the MLK video to find many inconsistencies, truth spinning, and manipulation of Dr. King's message. And since it is Black History Month, we're going to continue that saga today. So, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And hello, beautiful ladies. It's so lovely to see your face this morning.
Hello. It's true. We've survived so far. As all the world knows, we have to be extra careful today because those groundhogs are on a rampage, and if they get a hold of your shadow, you'll lose it forever.
Every day feels like Groundhog Day. What are you talking about, Ember?
I think we've all. I think what happened is they all caught all of our shadows last year, so we're just perpetually stuck in Groundhog Day, and it just keeps getting worse.
We're trapped in the Shadowverse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What if we're the shadow?
Oh God, it kind of feels like we might be the shadow. Don't scare me. Don't scare me. I'm already frightened enough.
I know. Well, I mean, honestly, it's a scary time, but like the Melania movie.
Oh my God. The Melania movie. Stop it. That was like the bomb of the century.
Stormtroopers may show up at your door and drag you out into the street and shoot you in the face at any given time with no warning. We live in a terrifying horror show of a timeline, but also
unbelievable.
The Melania movie. Like so incompetent.
You would not catch me. You just would not catch me in this timeline right now. What's happening in history? Me putting my face on top of it. Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm helping this happen to you. No, please don't do that to me.
Anybody else go get the Amazon book, Melania? Describe the Amazon results.
I tried to, but I couldn't figure it out because I'm an idiot. Apparently.
Yeah,
you go to Amazon, you search for Melania : Devourer of Souls.
Mm-hmm.
and it'll
Devour
bring
of
up
Men.
a Kindle free book. Yeah. And
Devour of Men.
oh my goodness.
Melanoma
right,
movie.
Devour of Men. Yeah.
The
Hit
melanoma
it, leave
movie.
a review. People are trying to screw up the Melania search results on Amazon, which is just fantastic.
They've already succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming up #1 on the free side of the Kindle store. So Kindle, you should be aware, is divided into 2 bestseller lists. There's the paid side and the free side. No matter how many sales you get on the free side, you will never show up on the paid side. But it is #1 on the free side, and it's also #1 in political thrillers and demon romance and like a bunch of other categories, like every category.
We love that. We love that for the demon hunter or whatever. So, Steve, good morning. Today's topic technically is cartoon Martin Luther King, because of PragerU, or PragerU, as we like to refer to it around here, because it's just really pretty disgusting how they kind of
As I
manipulate.
like to call it, damn it, Dennis.
Damn it, Dennis. Yes. Damn you, Dennis. I mean, he might not be long for this world, so you know.
He may already be damned. It's hard to say. His God certainly does not love him, but I don't think, non-existent gods don't love many people. So, that's whatever. Dennis Prager, known for being a right-wing radio personality, propagandist, a mini Rush Limbaugh, if you will, received a fuck ton of money from the Koch brothers and others to start a propaganda homeschool video indoctrination bullshit thing, and now, amongst other things, they make cartoons for children, like the one we're going to be watching today.
And don't forget that they basically replaced PBS and Sesame Street.
Right. And that is the worst problem of all this, because now they're getting into the youth's mind and really just changing the timeline. Like, this is how they're trying to rewrite history. Like, they're keeping just enough of the truth, as previously done, and then manipulating the narratives. So, it's not so bad that what did he say the last video we watched? Oh, damn. Something about slavery, wasn't it?
I mean, there's always something about slavery.
Shoot, I can't remember.
They're white supremacists. There's always something about slavery.
But they were trying to paint slavery as not as bad. Oh, and that it actually was better for them. That it was for enslaved people.
They got brought to the United States, where there's
sorry guys, I had to
healthcare
that out my brain
or something.
I mean, and the really insidious thing about what PragerU does is, if you're not paying attention real closely, or if you don't know all that much, I mean, if you don't have a high school level understanding of American history, you could take what they say as just oh, okay, yeah, that's what happened, without noticing all the coded stuff, Kip has opinions, without noticing all the coded stuff and all the, all the stuff where they're well, yeah, but X, Y, and Z, with something that's not even related to whatever they're talking about, but just makes their position, quote unquote, look better. And it's just, if you're not paying attention to it, you won't necessarily see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're really good at that, the quiet manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
Whitewashing, I believe, is the
proper that's a good way to put it too.
Because it's you're taking offense, and it still looks like offense when you're done, but you're recoloring it to hide the stains and the shadows and make it look white.
Absolutely. That's exactly it. It's really the perfect description of what they do. It's what's been done to the Bible. It's what's been done to American history. Certain other countries have done the same. And perfect day for Groundhog Day, right? Just the cycle repeats.
Kind of, sort of. My goodness. All right. So thank you all so much for joining us on this grand adventure of a day. Holy shit. I know it's a tough time for a lot of people. We're in the worst part of winter. The country is still unburying itself from storms. we're leaving the financially worst part of the year, but we're approaching tax season, and like everything is bad in every way possible. Everyone is sick. Thank you for being here. I almost didn't make it myself.
Yeah, we say every morning, like every morning we're here. We appreciate that you spend your time here because we know you don't have to, but we enjoy the company. So we appreciate you. I love you too.
All right, let's have a look at this pile of shit. I mean, today's video, but I repeat myself. So,
that face.
We made it real far, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
White children, color-coded, pink for girl, blue for boy.
Right.
Oh
Yep.
my God. But also Prairie View kids. Like they're constantly, right-wingers are constantly, they're coming after the children. They are literally coming after the children. In fact, Dennis Prager himself is one of those people who said, we need to get the kids before they learn better.
Yep. They know.
I am proud to point out I do not own a single pink thing. So I don't. Like I've never
boat.
liked pink. Even as little, I was always like, I want purple. So
Fuck yeah.
I get purple or blue. Don't want pink.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like pink. I do like blue. I like so many colors. But I don't know that I have any pink, but also purple. Yes, purple is the way to go. Purple is the objectively correct answer.
Purple always is. Purple is always fantastic.
Hey, Layla.
Not now, Leo. I need to be alone.
Okay, but I just want you to know.
Moody girl needs her alone time, possibly in a bathroom, possibly
Boys trying
sulking
to
in
be
a room.
helpful.
Who
Why is there
knows?
a door handle? That kind of makes me nervous. Just saying.
Right?
It's hidden. She can't come out.
Remember,
They got the girl locked in the closet. Damn, poor thing.
she needs to come out of the closet.
I mean, she does have pink hair. I'm just saying.
For realsies. But like, this is a cartoon. Every single element is there on purpose. Someone chose to put it there, whether it's a director or the animator just filling in details, whatever the case may be. Someone made a choice. The fact that they're starting this way, they're framing the episode with this opening, is intentional. See if you can figure out why.
Oh, that I think it's really great what you did today. Mom told me how you stood up for Haley Johnson. I can't believe anyone would.
I know. Haley's just a little different. We're all different in our own ways, and I've known Haley since second grade. And
Tear in her eye.
Boo-hoo.
So
Yeah.
she's-
That's
upset about
really
something.
interesting. Okay.
so have the kids who were making fun of her, and it wasn't funny that her wheelchair got knocked over and she fell on the floor. She needed.
They are just piling on. Right. It's like I've known her for so we've got the deep emotional connection, and then the very next thing, it's not funny. Her wheelchair got knocked over, so we don't know who the fuck she's talking about. But she's painting this picture, a name like Haley Johnson, on a video we know is about Martin Luther King, and she's in a wheelchair. Like the fuck, these damn liberals, they just won't leave the cartoon black little girls in wheelchairs alone.
They're already yanking on your emotional chain, aren't they?
Like, did she have a puppy that someone kicked?
Yes,
also?
somebody shot Christy Noam shot the little girl's puppy after she fell out of her wheelchair.
Right.
It helped.
What happened at lunch? Mom told me you got into a fight.
Yeah, a group of boys were reenacting what happened to Haley, and some of my friends were laughing and joining in. I yelled at the boys, then my friends, pretty loud, and an assistant principal had to break it up. That's why Mom got called.
Did you punch anyone?
No, but
Break it up.
That's
That
considered
sounds
a
like a
fight.
Right? When you say
Yeah.
break it up,
That's not
that
what a fight was when I was in high school. I mean, I remember my senior year, there was one fight that got so out of hand, the cops had to come in and throw tear gas off the balcony. It was ridiculous. Like, no,
Oh,
that's
damn.
yelling at someone is not a fight.
yeah, that's
At
not-
least
They
not
do
that
things
much.
differently in Texas, don't they?
I-
The police
Yeah.
tear gas children.
yeah,
They tear gas
This was
The
2001, by the way.
children.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah.
not care.
What?
Not caring is the point.
I mean, I think at that time, if I remember correctly, they still had, and they might still have it, but they had, you could still get corporal punishment without your parents' permission at that point.
Ew.
It was
No,
only
thank
for
you.
the boys, though.
Ew.
Oh.
I mean, ew. Just no, that's even worse. That's no,
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's like they're
Just-
trying to
ju-
instill that violent behavior into
Yeah.
the boys. No, I don't like
Just
that.
to be on the safe side, both of my sons, when I sent them to school, I sent them both with a note and called the principal. I said, "You are not allowed to touch my children under any circumstances." And luckily, my youngest son's principal was like, "Yeah, we don't do that." I'm like, "I'm making sure because I know how Texas schools are." They're like, "Yeah."
Yes, so you're not
we
allowed to
don't do
use it in war, but it seems though in this country you're allowed to use biological weapons on your citizens.
Mhm.
I mean, like I
So,
said, keep
I
in mind this was 2001, 2002, so it was. I'm pretty sure there's something about not doing that now, but it's still.
I wouldn't
like,
bet on
was-
it. They've been repealing a lot of protections that got put in place since then anyhow. Even if there was
Sure.
something, it may not be anymore.
I don't know, Peter. Did she? Did Crispy know him?
I think she killed
Kill horse.
several. If I remember correctly, I think she killed several of them.
She kills
my
everything that gets in front of her. Holy shit.
Well, she's killed
It's
our
a-
freedom, so
Like,
chop it up
it-
to she's really good at that.
that's one of the things that, like, I remember even people who were kind of on her side of the spectrum that I remember were kind of repulsed by, because they're like, even if the dog is not going to be a good hunting dog, you don't fucking do that.
Some
At the
people
very
take it as a
least, give
pet.
to somebody else. At the very least, give it to somebody who will take care of it. Like, oh,
Exactly.
God.
Yeah, she's just a cruel person. She likes cruelty is the point. She enjoys
Mhm.
seeing things suffer and pain.
Layla
so.
here would kick her ass and then get tear gassed.
Mhm. Oh, I take the tear. I would take the tear gas like gladly. Like, bring
I
it
want to
on.
know what Layla thinks about tear gassing peaceful protesters. I'd love to hear that.
Oh, she's probably all in favor of it because they were fighting.
I'm sure they'll change that history too. Okay, anyway, back to the video. Sorry.
I wanted to. The boy who started it all really deserved it. But I don't like violence. Thanks for supporting me, Leo. None of my friends.
Oh, there's the framing. We need to learn about the leader of nonviolenceness. It's not because he's black or civil rights or any. No, we're here for the nonviolence. You save your PC liberal quackery, all this woke bullshit, and just focus on the nonviolence.
Exactly.
do.
Maybe you need to find new friends.
I might have to. No one's responding to my texts. People are making fun of me now.
Hey, don't
Damn.
subscribe at PragerU Kids.
Don't,
Jesus
please.
Christ. No, subscribe here. Subscribe to whichever channel you're watching on, and then subscribe on the other channels, because every channel that you're watching this on makes really cool content that you will probably enjoy. So,
You will enjoy.
subscribe in
Yes.
things.
There is literally, out of all of our channels, there is something for everybody. You will always find something cool to watch. Always.
True that. Oh, they were still spanking in B Squared's elementary school. They got publicly paddled in first grade for talking. Just for talking? Damn. Teacher grabbed my arm, pulled me out of line, and swatted me. My mom was livid. Oof.
Yeah, that's how it was at my school growing up. But the thing is like they wouldn't do that with girls, but with sorry,
I hear. Is that Kip?
Kip and Daisy, they're kind of they're fighting. They need to be tear gas now.
Don't start that. Don't start it.
They both looked at me like, what? But no, like growing up, like yeah, they had to where the boys would get paddled, the girls would not, but the girls would have to do like 4 weekends of like Saturday and school suspension. So like we'd have to come in for like 8 hours on a Saturday for like 4 weeks if we got something, or if we did something that would be worth a boy just getting paddled for. Like, what the hell?
Sheesh, that's just weird.
Yeah, it was private Christian school. Don't do them. Don't.
Let's make it as unfair as possible.
Basically.
But also,
Talking on a turn. That's a paddling. Looking at the window. That's a paddling. Staring at my sandals. That's a paddling. Paddling the school canoe. Oh, you better believe that's a paddling.
No, thank you. Definitely not by you. Ugh, creep.
we should do a poll possibly for next week. Which is worse, Texas schools or Christian schools, or Christian schools in Texas?
Christian schools in Texas. Oh my God. No.
That's Texception.
It's extra Texer.
Oh no, it's even more Texian than we thought it could ever be. The Texiest.
And like, this wasn't one of the like Catholic schools. This wasn't one of the Catholic schools that like was decent with education, but still had like religion and prayer and all that stuff thrown in. I mean, this was like we were not taught evolution at all. We had a 130 or a 1 hour 30-minute presentation on how evolution is false, straight out of Discovery Institute.
Wow.
Our history would have been PragerU's dream to learn about. Like, literally all they ever told us about like the 1940s with Germany and stuff is a lot of people died and now they are sorry. That's about it. And I'm just like, what? And I knew then that was not the case. I knew there was a lot more to it. It was just like, and that was it from 2nd grade all the way to 10th grade. And then when my dad finally figured out, oh, holy crap, they're not teaching you right, I got yanked out of there and went directly into public school and had to relearn pretty much everything. It was absurd.
Naturally.
I mean, this was a school run by the non-Mormon branch takeoff of Church of Christ. So it's the very, very evangelical fundy Church of Christ, to where we had no dances. I couldn't even swim with my cousins of the opposite sex because I might tempt them when I was 6.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
That's terrifying.
Oh no. It's a shoulder.
Yeah, not have to wear a t-shirt and shorts in the pool. I couldn't even go near the pool. It was disgusting. Like, holy crap.
It's absolutely terrifying, the amount of control that these institutions, organizations, corporations have on our kids. They have more control than the parents do. They have more say on what kids learn on their courses, on their coursework, their homework, than parents do. Yeah, so it's exactly. The PragerU video is teaching us to be compliant and that violence is not the answer when there's a boot 100. Be submissive. Submit to authority, just like Paul said. Don't you know?
But
all this shit backfires, though, doesn't it? Right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, the white beta cucks, they grow up to be natural bootlickers. They're submissive males who just need daddy to tell them what to do. But when you try to teach little girls how to lick boots, not only do they not, but they do learn how to lick, and they end up being lesbians. So good job.
I do want to point out something Randall Flagg just said. It said we did get some promising election results in Texas. If you're not aware, so a Texas state Senate seat flipped from a very, very Trump district to like Democrat by like double digits.
Really?
It is hard to understate how big of a deal that is in Texas. It was in a super red area and it flipped and went to the Democrat.
And you know what I consistently hear is these Republicans and even Democrats still holding, what do they do when they get like counsel with everybody? Town hall. Thank you. Hello, shut up. Yeah. When they're having town halls with people still trying to say they want to fund ICE. And then like people in the town hall are blowing up. There's like nobody there supporting that. They're all like, no, training is not, that's not the problem. That was the point. That was the purpose. They want apes out there who will just smash and crash like bulls in a china shop. That's the point. If they have trained individuals going out there, they might think twice before they do something because they know that them asses might be held accountable when Trump is out of office. So
but,
training won't help.
Yeah, but I've said this for years. Texas is actually purple, if not outright blue. We are just gerrymandered to fuck and back.
I think
And
most
Governor Hot
of
Wheels kind of
society
fucked up with his gerrymandering because he tried to make all the blue districts go away. What he actually did was make all the red districts more purple.
Oops.
Very much so.
Sorry about your luck, Chuck.
Adventures and things.
Oh, yes. We have heard of Kent Hovind. We have heard of Kent Hovind. A lot about Kent Hovind.
Ladies, have you heard of Kent Hovind?
Evolution is just so evil. My goodness gracious. Yes, we denounce the name Kent Hovind around here. Cunt Hovind is more like it.
We used to call him by his prisoner number, but he's not worth that much brain cells to bother to remember. But wife beater, spouse abuser, convicted felon, PDF buddy. It just like there are very few pejoratives you cannot correctly apply to Hovind the Elder.
True that. Okay, so we get back to the video for at least a moment.
Yes.
Before we forget
let's
what we're
stop
watching.
talking about the horrible apologist and go look at some more horrible apologetics.
So I'll lose my train of thought and forget everything this little girl said.
Ragela. I feel this really weird mix of mad, sad, and scared. Maybe I should have just stayed quiet and stayed out of it.
Oh man, it's time. Where's your phone?
Time for what?
Time to visit Martin Luther King. I've really been wanting to meet him. He's like the...
Why is this kid on 10?
Like we need your phone to go visit a person about fucking hell. I should have stayed quiet. I should have stayed out of it. Weirdly, that is the message that Prager wants people to grow up knowing. So what are we doing here? I don't know. We'll
somebody needs to cut that boy's caffeine, man.
Maybe it's
well,
Elon.
He'd been raised Mormon. I don't know if Prager has any Mormon on Mormonies on staff.
I think they do. I'm not certain though. I think
to be fair, the way that there's such an tell me if I'm saying this word ecumenical push to like Dennis Prager, he realizes that Christianity is dying. So he's making a huge push for this Judeo-Christianity, this made-up thing in order to kind of lead people back to Christ. And he's even said that he is the Jew leading Christians back to Christ. That's what he considers himself to be.
Well, he's a Zionist.
Yeah.
He understands that the entire reason Israel is able to exist is because of dumb fuck evangelicals in the United States who, for eschatological reasons, keep sending shit tons of money to Israel so that their own end times prophecies will come to pass. Like that Prager knows that. That's what he's doing. Yeah, he wants as many of us dumb motherfuckers to be furiously Christian because that's what helps Israel.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think behind the scenes, Scientology, all different kinds of Christianity and evangelical flavors are behind the scenes. Even Jewish people are behind the scenes trying to make things happen because they're losing what they consider the battle to Islam. Like that's what this is all about, is freeing the West from Islam. And they're going to do that through bad education. And bad education will never lead people into cults that they may never get themselves out of. Ever. That never happens.
Fuck's sake.
I know.
All right. We will get back to our friends momentarily, but I think it might be time because we're at that half-hour mark-ish. Should we do Java or should we do puppies? Should we make people wait for the puppies?
Puppies. Sorry.
Okay, well,
Lilith
we'll
can't
start
help
with
say puppies when you say puppy.
I can't. I love dogs. Everybody knows that.
Puppies.
All right, puppy time.
Sometimes I chill or hang out at the bar, but I never stay long or go very far. You could say I am lame or that I am fickle, but I'd rather be at home playing with my pickle. That's my dog, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. Don't take offense if I don't answer the phone. Instead I'm loving on my girl and giving her a bone. People call me a dud, like a busted missile, but I'd rather be in my bed, petting my pickle. That's my doggy, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. That's my dog, she's a big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real. It's not that I don't like you or wanna hang out, but if I had to choose, never was there a doubt. If you need to feel good, in fact it might tickle, you should come to my house and wrestle with my pickle. That's my big deal. That's my dog, let's keep it real.
I know, doesn't it just warm your heart, Rainbow? I loved making that video. I have to tell you, I usually get annoyed when I have to do any kind of editing, especially when it's me and I have to hear myself say the damn thing over and over and over. But the puppies,
You picked the wrong line of work.
I know, right? Yeah. But the puppies, that was fun. I want more puppies. Send me more puppy videos. I know, Lily, you sent me a couple, and I think maybe somebody else, but I have more editing to do, so I need more puppies. Please.
I'm getting better at, because like I'll be at my computer working or whatever, and Kip will just jump up here and like attack me with licks, and I've gotten better about opening the program really quick and hitting record when she does that. So, and the thing is, it's completely random. Like I wasn't eating or anything. I was just sitting here, and then I see her over here going, and I'm like, oh crap, she's about to attack me. But yeah, you can
look in her eyes and her ears. Her
Yeah.
ears kind of go back.
The funny thing is, you can tell, one, I love dogs by the way I reacted before the video, and two, sometimes I forget that I'm on camera.
They see the real heart. They see your big puppy heart.
Yeah, I love dogs.
Yes, Kip
Yes,
probably would
she
lick you to death.
If you'll go to my channel, I have Kip Academy. There's like a 10 to 12 second video of the first time that I caught Kip doing that on camera.
Aw.
It's hilarious.
Now, here's the thing. If you had to choose your means of departure from this world, would it be licked to death or have your shadow stolen by the groundhog monsters when they emerge into the sunlight or lack thereof?
I don't know.
Death,
That could be painful to be licked to death.
Hey, if it's my dogs are having fun, whatever.
Ember's your
I didn't say anything.
Although,
now listen, I'm not against licking. I'm just saying to death. Oh, just wait, Ad Blockman. We'll start playing the video in a second. This is a bunch
Conservative
of
Sesame
apologist
Street.
bull crap is what this is. It's specifically about MLK, and he'll show up shortly, but yeah, it's propaganda.
Yeah, we're about to time travel with a phone somehow.
Yes, we're time traveling back to MLK. Dr. King. Can't wait to see him.
Mm-hmm.
My phone.
Can you
seems to be
imagine
broken.
if you could time travel and go visit someone like Dr. King and like not warn him about the assassination? Like, what the fuck?
Right, like, bro, you have an opportunity here. Oop. Anyway, okay, let's watch
Yeah.
the video. Let's show the video.
Oh boy.
Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
The king of standing up for what's right. Let's go talk to him.
Okay, if anybody can help, it'll be him.
We as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Whoa, that's him, all right.
This was a good idea. Let's go meet him.
Because you could just do that.
Yeah, that's how it works.
The phone seems to be
Well, I
broken.
mean, they're white kids, so clearly.
And from the future.
Right.
So
right.
they have even more privilege.
I mean, my goodness, can you imagine a pink-haired woman appears wearing that in 1968?
Right, yeah, that wouldn't stand out. Not at all. That would be
She'd
strange.
be arrested immediately for indecency.
Oh my goodness.
She's wearing pants and but also like the
Spaghetti
straps, like,
straps?
yeah, and she's done up like a harlot and like
She got
my
them Jezebel
goodness.
hoops.
Shocking.
Them hoe hoops. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. That's what they used to say in school.
Mhm.
Oh, really? I need some
That's what
big.
my school used. I mean, it was just it was a joke, but that's what they used to say.
Excuse us, Dr. King. I'm Layla, and this is my brother Leo.
We're from the future, and my sister here stood up for what.
We're from the future, and we just continue on.
No big deal. No biggie.
We're not teaching children critical thinking here. That's for sure.
It's right. Because her friends are being mean about it, she isn't sure if she should have.
We have a holiday for you and learn about your I Have a Dream speech every year. You're famous for standing up for what's right, and it would be cool to learn more about that from you.
Do you have a little
Can you
time?
pause
I
one
can always
second?
make time.
Can you? Okay, I watched this video, before this. Can you just take note, everybody, to how many times they say famous? They continuously use the word famous as if it's just, like it's generic, like it's not real, like it's a commercialized instead of like a real human being who was experiencing life in a, in what society was doing to him and people like him. So just take note of that. Maybe I'm crazy, but I thought it was really strange. It was like influencer. I felt like they were like influencer.
Kind of. It's so frustrating. It's like, we have a holiday about you and we learned about your I Have a Dream speech. Like, why would they do that? I wonder. Like, they're not going to.
What was the
Holy
reason?
shit. So this is like less than 6 months from his assassination.
Right?
Why? But also,
Yeah, that's
like,
kind of weird.
he's
Like,
just standing
right?
here, like, I have no questions. I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
Yes, time travel, of course.
Brother.
Like, not even is the future better? Is there less racism? Nope. No questions.
It's all about
Happy to
them.
help.
It's all about them and what they need. Exactly.
Well, of
These
course there's no
cartoons,
question.
yes.
Because they would have to answer, and he would probably not be too happy.
Hmm.
Then again, they probably just lied.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can't teach about the real history here in the United
Oh, of
States.
course not.
Like the fact that there were race riots across the entire nation after his assassination, because of his assassination, because Black people realized no matter how hard you try to resist peacefully, they will shoot you in the fucking head. So maybe we need to try the other way. No, we do not teach about that. No. We cannot teach people to resist ever,
Nope,
because then
never.
they might.
And we don't talk about how they responded, how the government responded, how hard the bombs, they put towns underwater, burned them down. I mean, the mass destruction that they caused against the community over and over again, and still to this day.
bulldozing Harlem Village, the firebombing of Tulsa. Not even that long ago, it was in the 80s. They bombed a black neighborhood in Philadelphia.
Philly, yep.
Yep.
They never talk about that. They don't like talking about that history.
Yeah. Odds are, if you live in a big or even a minimum size city, there was probably something along those lines that happened in your city that's just barely talked about, if at all. Like, I didn't even learn about Tulsa until I was in college, and like when I was in graduate school is when I finally learned about that one.
I probably didn't learn about it till the age of Facebook and beyond, like when social media and people would share articles and things like that. Like, whoa, I didn't never even. It's wild what's just not talked about, and because it's not talked about, eventually it does kind of become erased. And what they stick to, what gets perpetuated, is what sticks around. Yeah, it is the point.
Right.
Yep.
This is the thing that
Longevity.
Nobody talks about, because it's another one of those things nobody talks about. You don't erase history by trying to erase history. You erase history by never trying to hide it. You just don't ever talk about it, don't ever mention it, and eventually people will forget. It's when you try to fight against history, when you try to say, Martin Luther King actually dropped everything to prioritize a couple of white children, that yes, that will get attention on the real history. But if you never fucking mention Tulsa, in fact, if you keep everyone constantly distracted with endless wars and ridiculous taxation and government attacks and so forth, everyone will very quickly forget everything else.
Yep, that's the way to do it.
For those who stand up to injustice and who have the courage to right wrongs.
Have you always stood up for what's right?
Well, from a very early age, I was aware of right and wrong. And when I detected wrong, it gave me a horrible feeling. As a
horrible feeling.
Morality.
And it was a bad feeling, you guys. He just felt bad. He just felt really, really bad. That's all.
I know. This is what makes an exceptional leader, is from a young age, doing wrong made me feel bad. Like, this is, I don't know. Does Prager think this is actually a rare and unique trait within humanity? Because Prager doesn't have a sense of morals.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what the fuck are we saying here? But also, could they have gotten a worse voice actor? Like,
listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I was saying to myself, and I didn't know if I was crazy, and I might be. I feel like it was a white guy trying to sound like a black guy. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, I could be wrong. It might just be the way they're trying to inflect their voice to sound like, Dr. King. But I kind of just feel like this is a white guy trying to sound like a white guy. Sorry.
I mean,
I wish I could look up the voice, the actor name.
It sounds over, like, even if they are just trying to do like an inflection, it's like it sounds way overdone.
It does. Yeah, it just sounds so. It's not good. They didn't choose a good. That's all I can say. I'm not saying I am a good actress, but this is not good for the amount of money that they're spending and putting into the propaganda. My goodness, Lee. Yeah, the art, like, something's just, the whole thing is just weird to me. It's just off. It's off-putting. It's off-putting. Okay. Back to the. I'm sorry. Back to the.
Right, and well, I'm trying to find the cast list.
Oh, were you? I should have tried to do. I
did find out that as of September 15th of 2025, PragerU has more than 11 million subscribers, and that's not even counting the schools that they're forced into. That's the people who support them on purpose. Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, thank you.
We're all working way too hard, folks.
young boy, perhaps just a few years younger than you, Leo, my favorite playmate was a boy near my age who also happened to be white. Once we started school, because of my skin color, he was no longer allowed to play with me.
That's
To play? No, you can't go to the same school together because of segregation. But
Right.
who's keeping you from playing together? If you live next to each other in the first place, if you were able to play together in the first place, and also, is the story even true?
Yeah, right? They could just be making this up. I don't even know. Young boy, white. Why they talk like that? This don't sound right.
So terrible.
Cringe
They-
you. It should be
They
called cringe
say
you.
bullshit so fast, I can't even keep up to fact check.
Shouldn't-
Martin Luther King.
Oh, 'cause
What did
you
he
thought
say
so
his name
too.
was? Otto?
Who? What? Otto?
The,
Who?
the,
What?
the little white boy.
Oh,
Leo.
Leo.
Wait.
Leo.
Yeah.
Isn't it Leo and
Leo's
Layla?
the blue-haired kid in the video.
I
That's
thought it was
Leo.
Leo.
That's
Leo.
Mhm.
You know what I was wondering? Have y'all ever seen my videos on Sophia and Caleb? Anyway, they're JW cartoons. They have an older girl and a younger boy. And I wonder if PragerU saw that format and was like, that works because the kids like it. Let's try that. Because I think Sophia and Caleb from the J-Dubs started back in like maybe like 2010 somewhere, 2012. So, and PragerU is not that old.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was wondering which one started. I mean, obviously, doing propaganda cartoons for children is nothing new. The United States did that during World War II. Like you've got Bugs Bunny, like making fun of Adolf Hitler and whatnot. Like
That's right.
that's always been a thing. But who started it first in this modern incarnation of religious adjacent white supremacy indoctrination? And also, I don't know that the JWs, like, they're very up in their own head about their religion, but I don't know that they're necessarily on board with the Christian nationalism. Like, they seem to try to be aloof from all that, at least from the outside.
No, they don't. They're very apolitical. They just, I mean, like behind the scenes, of course, they love using the judicial system and they love taking the governmental money. But on the face of it, you have to be politically neutral. But I just mean like the format as like the little girl, the little boy. Bless you. Sorry, my husband sneezed. I don't know. I just find that interesting. Maybe not. Maybe that's just coincidence. But behind the scenes, I just feel like they all communicate together. Like they all know how to work the system behind the scenes and network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you dig into it and there are some crazy connections between people. So
I'm saying this is a very strange choice.
Like with and I'm not sure if PragerU was mentioned my name. It might have been, but basically getting rid of PBS was also in Project 2025 and replacing it with PragerU was just like that was obvious what they were going to do.
Yeah, the fact that they removed their funding.
Mhm.
I grew up on
Okay,
PBS.
y'all ready to meet Martin Luther King Jr.'s best friend as a child that he could no
Yes,
longer
please.
play with when he started school? Because
Mhm.
I found the person. Meet June Dobbs Butts, who grew up with Dr. Martin Luther King, called him ML as a child. They grew up together. She, as you can see, she's clearly a white boy.
Yes, definitely.
When they started school, he went to boy school and she went to girl school because they still segregated on sex too.
Oh my goodness. I bet you they just made that story up.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, far be it from Prager to just fabricate something and call it true.
They'd never do that. All above
Mhm.
board.
Like this is 1968 when redlining was still a thing. When he was a child in the 1930s, you're telling me that a black family was allowed to live anywhere near a white family?
Mhm.
Really? Really?
Terrible.
It was and unfair to me, and it made me angry. But my parents gave me a
It was all about me.
Me.
And
That's the
feelings.
message, kids.
And
Be angry
feelings.
when things are about you.
They keep taking it back to feelings and trying to negate the horrors behind the treatment.
But let's be feeling sad.
Mm-hmm. It was my reaction that was good or bad, not what was being done to me. Holy shit.
Progress only wants to know why you're torturing yourself with PragerU on a Monday. I know, right? It's kind of crazy. Like, it's not been bad enough with the Epstein load that just been dumped on us, and now we're doing this.
However,
Well,
since we're having to do this, we dump it on the rest of you too.
We're bringing you.
I mean, we don't have to, but in fairness, this was Kelly's idea. Kelly was like,
Mhm.
when we were doing Martin Luther King Day, she was like, "Ooh, there's a Martin Luther King cartoon.
I
We
know.
should
I
do that
feel
for
bad
Black
she's
History
not
Month." And
here.
yeah,
She
Yeah.
would be
So
here, but
blame
she's
Kelly.
not
I think
well,
she's
right?
still
She's still
sick,
not
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's relatable. I mean, I'm torturing myself to take my mind off the excruciating pain in my abdomen.
oof. Sorry, no fun.
Yeah,
Migraine.
no, not going to
Exactly,
talk about it more
Randall.
than that.
It wasn't about feelings, it was about human rights. But they want to take it back to that snowflake feeling emotion.
Martin Luther King melted and turned woke. Woke Luther King. Fucking hell.
lesson that has guided me for the rest of my life. They taught me that racism, thinking people are better than or lesser than because of skin color, is wrong, and to hate the wrong but never the wrongdoer.
Wow, that's so noble.
My Christian faith directs me to
Wow, that's so nope. Who taught you that, Dr. King?
My goodness.
Was it White Jesus? Did White Jesus appear in a dream?
Probably.
Mhm.
I know.
love my neighbors, even when they act in ways I don't like, and that's always helped me remain peaceful.
You've experienced lots of racism, huh?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, in my time, there are plenty of hateful and ignorant people that haven't let go of racism. So most Black Americans,
like the people at PragerU.
Yeah.
Oh, if he only knew.
For
Sorry,
real, like,
MLK cartoon.
You accuse them of being racist, and they'll point to their one black guy on staff and say, "See, we're not racist."
Mm-hmm. They certainly do.
Well, like in their interview video, well, not interview videos. They're 5-minute presentations, which are usually 6 or 7 minutes because whatever. Like Owens or that guy from the Manhattan Institute or whatever. Like when a Black person appears, it's always to say how wonderful white people are and that racism is over, you know?
Mm.
That's the only time you ever hear from a Black person on PragerU.
Yeah.
have experienced it, but here in 1968 in the South, it has been particularly difficult for Black people because of legal racial segregation.
That's when people are separated because of their race, right?
Yes, that's it. And while the
Wow, it's exactly what it sounds like.
I'm going to say the same thing back to you with one word different. Fucking hell.
I know. It comes
At least
instead of coming
it
off like
paints
for
the
kids.
picture. The
it's like
pink-haired liberal woman is ignorant-ish, like she gets the general idea, but it's the Black man who knows, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's just
I don't know if they did that intentionally, but
it's
yeah.
patronizing.
Well, he's a man, so
That's the thing, right?
Mhm.
Where do we put the priorities when you have the rights of a white woman versus a Black man? Who wins? because we've been seeing this struggle play out through the patriarchy and the concept of white supremacy throughout the United States' entire history. Black men got the right to vote before white women.
Mm-hmm.
And then they use that to say, oh, there's no more racism. You know, like black men can vote, white women can't. So clearly we're sexist, not racist. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
That makes it better.
Seating on
That
buses.
makes it better.
Yeah. Or you can't have your own bank account or any of these things. Holy shit. Racism
Ended in the 80s.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to translate, and I'm like, I can't.
That's what I think it
speak well
says.
enough.
Racism ended in the 80s. Duh. You cook. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defeat of the South in the Civil War led to the outlawing of slavery. Racism, however, still remained, and new laws were made to keep white and black people separate.
Didn't people fight against the new laws?
Yes, but in 1896, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation was indeed permitted. They said things like schools, swimming pools, bathrooms, movie theaters, and such could be separate for white only or black only, as long.
Do you know why? To protect the children, to keep women and girls safe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, right. Wow, it feels like I'm reliving that history again about the whole bathrooms and the keeping women safe.
Well, as you may be aware, that whole thing has nothing to do with the immediate target. They've recycled that argument over and over, you know, against we got to keep lesbians out of the bathroom because they'll predate on our women and girls and things. You know, they've used this over and over. They keep bringing it up because they're trying to find one case where they can get it to work. And once they do, once they have a precedent of, look, this is a legitimate argument verified by the Supreme Court, now they can apply it to every other minority. It's all about, I mean, granted, they don't love us. They have no love for us rainbow flag people, but they don't even care about us compared to getting brown people out of the white bathrooms again.
Long as they were equal.
But if people are kept separate, isn't it harder to learn that racism is bad? So the bad behavior just continues?
That's very insightful of you, Miss Layla, and
It's very insightful, almost as if it was written in a script for her to say. That, of course, is why racism never ended, why segregation is still a thing, because people were unable to come together and learn that racism is bad. Yes, that's exactly how that works.
None of this is leading at all. Seems like a very natural conversation, if you ask me. Good morning,
Absolutely.
Aaron.
And rational too, you know,
Yes.
like, oh, I'm talking to these people from the future who want to learn about nonviolence. So let's discuss my childhood. You know,
Good morning.
this is absolutely how normal people talk and interact.
ICE just doing their job. What, being thugs? I agree. They are doing their job. Their job is to separate families and make the prison system filled with dollars that we taxpayers get to fork out. It's kind of weird, the amount of money that taxpayers are spending on these concentration camps. Like how much we pay per person they have locked up. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've been asked several times over the last couple weeks if the comparison of ICE to the Gestapo is apt. Yes, it absolutely is. It is.
They all have their starting point.
A lot of people have said, well, the Gestapo were a secret police, whereas ICE is just obvious.
That's
True
pretty
that.
much the only difference.
Other than
But
than the face masks, but
the Gestapo marched up and down the street in fucking uniforms with their own fucking badges and pins and shit. Like they were as visible as you could be. What they meant by secret police wasn't that they weren't identifiable, but that they would, you know, recruit your neighbors to spy on you. Everyone, it was prisoner's dilemma weaponized across the entire society. If you did something wrong, your neighbor was encouraged to turn you into the Gestapo. or a reward. And
And
everybody would turn everybody else in. That's the main thing with fascism. It isn't the authoritarian control per se, it's the total lack of freedom. You're always being watched by your neighbor on behalf of Big Brother.
Remember when they put that system in place, I think, for the government agencies where you could rat somebody out if you felt like they weren't allowing you to worship freely or something like Christian, but it was just Christianity. They didn't give a F about anybody else. It was just like, if you're a Christian, have you been harassed?
I know. If you're a Christian and you feel persecuted, call 888 fuck yourself and receive your one free cross you can bear.
And shove it up your oops.
And just in case anybody forgot or they missed it, in Minneapolis a couple weeks ago, ICE was basically caught going to people's houses, and if you were white and looked like you could possibly be conservative, they were asking you where your black and brown neighbors were. Like,
no, that's weird. That's gross. That's just very.
That's too like straight up Gestapo shit.
Yeah, it's like mirroring the past. So yeah, it's very apt. Okay.
There are the Jews. You know, right now in the United States, there are dozens of little girls hiding in attics, writing in their journals about the experience of hiding from ICE.
Yep. They're probably making tweets about it too, you know? We can like live stream, watch
Probably not so much on Twitter, no.
Well, you know. It's hard to say. It's a toss-up what you'll get on Twitter. Such a toss-up.
Oh, boy.
I couldn't agree more with you. When I was a young man, I spent time working in desegregated Connecticut and went to college in desegregated Massachusetts. In each place, the races mixed freely. And without segregation, it is much easier to have friendships and relationships with people of different races.
Wait, so in the South, if there was still a lot of racism, were the things that were
I like how he just throws in and relationships. Like we all understand relationship doesn't necessarily have to mean relationship.
Right.
But it was a big fucking struggle. Like we had to do a Supreme Court case about interracial marriage, Loving v. Virginia. Separate from discrimination and segregation and shit, you know?
That was
like,
a whole
is it legal for people of different skin colors to get married in the United States? Like, how fucked up is your country when the highest court needs to hear that case? But
exactly.
we did.
But they'll probably not even discuss it.
It's a thing a lot of people don't understand. They think about America as being a free country. No, if you need permission to marry someone, you're not free. What do you think freedom means? Holy shit.
ever really equal?
Almost never, and not just unequal, but most black-only services were far worse than their white counterpart. However, one place where the races couldn't be separated was on public transportation. Cities in the South didn't have the money for 2 sets of buses, so whites and blacks had to mix, sort of.
Ugh, this isn't gonna be good.
Blacks in the back and whites in the front. And blacks were only permitted to sit if there were extra seats after white passengers were all seated.
But what about Rosa Parks? She didn't give up her seat.
That's right.
She wasn't the only one either, but never mind that.
Yeah.
Mr. Leo, I'm pleased that future children remember that. Rosa was a good friend of mine in Montgomery, Alabama, where I had my first...
Steve C. asks, can I marry a squirrel? If the squirrel is over 18 years of age, has a birth certificate, and you can get them to say, I do, to, verbalize their consent, then sure, by all means, marry a squirrel.
First job as a pastor, and after...
What's that?
I was about to say, JD's probably running out for a marriage license for his couch.
Ooh. Before it's illegal. Hurry up.
She has a name. We don't like Erica, but she does have a name.
That is a very blonde couch.
Yes.
That couch has some long hair.
It's a fuzzy couch. Very heavily upholstered. Chemical Squirrel says, sorry, I'm happily married. Oh, goodness.
Darn.
she was arrested
We could have had a match here in chat.
for refusing to give up a seat, I organized the black community and led a boycott, where we all agreed not to take the bus until the laws were changed and we received justice.
You stood up.
Now, that is an important distinction, and I'm surprised they included it in this video, because everybody holds up Martin Luther King as protest, protest, protest. But he didn't just go to Town Park with signs and shit. He didn't just go to the Lincoln Memorial and give speeches. They organized a boycott. They didn't just say we're boycotting. They organized it. They reached out to members of the community. They put up representatives at each of the bus stops to explain to people what was happening and why. And they got people to actually boycott. That's how a boycott works. You don't just post on your Facebook that you're not going to Twitter. You organize to make sure no one goes, or at least no one who's on board with your movement. It's very similar to a strike. When the Hollywood Writers Guild goes on strike, you fucking know about it. Not just because they're marching in circles, but because no one is going in to produce the things, you know?
No, because you don't want to be the one to cross that line. Because your neighbors are going to be looking at you. The coworker is going to be looking at you like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
embarrass them.
You're a scab. You're never going to live that down. It's not good. It's not cool. But there's so much more to it. Like, yes, it is important to visibly protest for a bunch of reasons, so that your neighbors know that there's people who give a fuck. For one thing, being visible matters. Representation matters. But we can't get stuck in this idea that marching around with signs is the only way to effectively demonstrate or even peacefully demonstrate. Another thing that Martin Luther King and others participated in were sit-ins. They did the freedom rides, right? Like they boarded buses and rode them interstate in violation of other discriminatory laws. They went to Woolworths and sat at the lunch counter and refused to move. You know, do things that are disruptive. Make some fucking noise, make a difference, do it peacefully, but interfere with the mechanisms of progress and economy and industry and shit. That's the only way to make them notice you.
Yeah,
absolutely. You got it in the pocket.
Yeah, and also, go for their pockets. Go for the thing that they want most. Like, they want money, so like that's one thing
Hit
that
them
helps.
where it hurts.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to be violent to do damage. That's the fucking actual message.
True that.
Speaking of actual messages, I think it might be time for some words from our sponsors. How to Rule an Asteroid created these. They're fucking amazing. Enjoy.
This bio break from Java and Jugs is proudly brought to you by today's completely real, definitely legitimate sponsors. First and foremost, caffeinated bean water. Because without coffee, skepticism becomes maybe later. Critical thinking becomes after a nap. And suddenly you're halfway through a YouTube comment wondering how you got there. Caffeinated bean water. Bitter, reliable, just like your best takes. This segment is also sponsored by Bras That Understand. Bras designed for women who sit forward into microphones, gesture aggressively while being correct, and refuse to apologize for existing in 3 dimensions. Bras That Understand, holding the line, holding everything else, too. Additional support comes from sports bras for when the conversation gets heated, because nothing escalates faster than a debate about religion, politics, or whether women are too emotional to have opinions. This break is further endorsed by adjusting your straps mid-sentence, the graceful art of fixing your situation without breaking eye contact or losing your point. Because if men can scratch and keep talking, we can adjust and continue dismantling theology. And let's not forget our community sponsor, the radical concept that women can have boobs and brains. A shocking idea to some, a daily lived reality to us. Here at Java and Jugs, we believe you can enjoy coffee and evidence, cleavage and constitutional literacy, humor and serious conversations about the systems that shape our lives. We're taking a quick bio break. That means refilling mugs, stretching legs, appeasing gravity, and preparing to come back with fresh caffeine and even fresher skepticism. When we return, we'll be doing what we do best, questioning gods, side-eyeing bad politics, and proving that women don't need divine permission, modesty lectures, or sponsorship approval to speak. Java and Jugs, fueled by coffee, supported by bras, sustained entirely by audacity and critical thinking. Stay right there. We'll be back after this completely secular, absolutely necessary pause.
Welcome back. Love
We
that.
have
Boobs
survived.
and
Probably.
Java. Probably.
That's right. That's right.
Whoa, hello. And we've got a little outfit change. Welcome back.
I'm very gradually getting into my actual outfit for today, break by break.
Ember. Wait, so
Hey.
wait, it's not intentional that you're like wearing a top like Layla here?
Well, no, actually, this was sort of planned. I don't know.
I'm just messing with
I
you.
had a plan in mind this morning, and then medical things happened.
Life
And
happens.
that's actually literally what this morning we started slightly late, and the various chats posted blame member. Literally true. I was having a medical problem and did not think I could even make it on time. So I didn't have time to prepare the way I wanted to. So I'm like gradually doing things as we go.
Better than me. I basically woke up, threw my hair up, and found like basically just found a shirt that did not have dog hair all over it. So,
It's about where we were when I started. I literally just like grabbed my vest. I suppose it's a denim vest. I wear it for like punk outfits and things, but it's like the quickest thing I can put on. And then in our first break, I changed to an actual bra. Like, I've been upgrading throughout the course of the show.
See, no one would ever know. You did it with such grace, Ember. No one would ever know. It would just be this gradual change throughout the show. And eventually people like, wait a minute. Something's different about you.
Ryan had to point me. You called me.
I know, right? Did anybody notice? Was it just me? I think you noticed, didn't you, Lil?
yeah.
Yeah. Lil's like, yeah, I'm not blind, duh.
I noticed it. I was like, did she change shirts? I'm not sure if she did or not, but it's like I noticed that there was something different. There's one movie that's not that great of a movie, but there's one movie where the main character starts out with like this really like pretty pink pastel outfit, and throughout the movie it subtly changes and gets to where it's like blood red at the end. But if you're not paying attention, you're not going to notice the shift. It's really cool the way they did that.
Cool. That's cool.
It's old theater kid tricks. You do the rapid changes in between scenes. No one will ever know. No, I started with that denim vest, and then on the first break I switched. I switched to a real shirt on the first break. I went to my yellow shirt, and then on the second break we had a little bit longer, so I put on an actual bra and took the opportunity to change to the purple shirt since we had just talked about how purple's the superior color. And then this break, I actually, because I had a little bit longer, this is a tiny red dress. It takes a minute to fight into, you know?
Gotta wiggle in. So Steve
That's
wants
right.
to know where are the men on the panel, and B says in the kitchen where they belong.
Yes. I was going to
They're
say
making
we
us sandwiches.
sacrificed them to the groundhogs, but
Oh yeah, they were our sacrifice this morning. All right, we have half of this video left to get through.
I
Basically.
know we're very efficient.
Not so much.
For what's right.
And it was very difficult. During our organized protest, I even spent time in jail after being unfairly arrested, and my home was bombed.
What?
Yes, thankfully no one was harmed. Through it all, though, our protest remained peaceful. I believe with all my heart in nonviolence. Two wrongs never make a right, and you can never defeat hate with hate.
I guess it's good you didn't punch those bullies.
No kidding, but I did yell at them.
Sometimes a situation requires us to passionately raise our voices. You should hear some of my
We're going to make some noise, boys and girls.
Passionately raise our voices. I love how he was like, yeah, my home was bombed. No biggie. They just
But
like
again,
glossed
it's
over that.
still so self-centered. Like there's no mention of the church bombings in Birmingham.
Yeah.
You know?
This is exactly why, like I said, if you're not paying attention or you don't know how American history actually went, you can completely miss all of this. Like that because okay, yeah, he mentioned the bombings. Okay, cool. And you would think that it kind of applies to all the bombings, but no, it doesn't. Like
Yeah. It's that whitewashing. It doesn't sound as bad. It wasn't so bad. Look,
Yeah.
through it all, I stayed peaceful. Yeah, that happened, but that doesn't matter because I stayed peaceful. And that's the point here. Let them step all over you, let them trash you, let them in the end take you off the earth, and you stay peaceful.
That's right. Because while they blew up my house and no one was injured, they also blew up a bunch of churches and killed 16 children, 16 little babies in the fucking
Messed up, man.
churches.
F that.
They
That's
blew up
gross.
houses of the God they pray to kill children. But I stayed nonviolent. So my hands are clean, you know? What the fuck?
Yeah.
my speeches.
We have. They're great.
If your conscience tells you to apologize for yelling, then listen to it. But perhaps those bullies required some amplified volume. As long as you didn't threaten or insult them, I wouldn't feel too bad.
Thanks, Dr. King.
One great secret about using
As long as you didn't
nonviolence to
insult
fight
them.
back is
Yes.
Don't
we
insult
wouldn't
them
hurt
all
the bullies'
day long.
feelings. They're very sensitive, you know.
The thing, yeah, you say anything to him. Oh my god, that's such an insult. Like
When you're offended by everything.
It cracks me up though that people in this regime are super offended by people calling them Nazis. Bitch, that's what you are. That is what you're fucking acting like.
Right. You love
We're gonna call you
licking the
Nazis.
boot. You love licking the boot. You immediately gave up your Second Amendment right. You were all about it. And then when Mr. Trumpy said you can't have your gun, you said, Mr. Trumpy said we can't have our guns.
Yes,
So let me lick that
Daddy.
boot. Yes, Daddy. Let me lick that boot.
Holy shit.
But I'm not a fascist.
Yeah, I compare them more to Mussolini's Italy
Yeah.
because like they want so badly to be the Third Reich, but they're just so incompetent.
They can't
They
do
can
it
do a lot of
right.
damage. Don't get me wrong. Mussolini did a lot of damage, but so incompetent.
Oh, that's a good quote.
Three middle-aged white chicks talk about whitewashing and system. First of all, who are you calling middle-aged, fucker?
Yeah.
Normally we have more of a mixed panel, but people aren't able to always attend, and this was the pre-programmed show. Trust me, this is not my preference whatsoever, but life is what life is, and sometimes you got to roll with it.
So the Java and Jugs crew, it's not we didn't intentionally try to, like, we need a diversity panel. It just ended up that way because the people who got included happened to be diverse individuals.
Well,
We have
me
two
personally, yes,
POC
I
people
wanted
who-
diverse,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, it was a goal, but like we didn't invite people because of
no.
some minority status sort of thing. But we ended up with a very, very diverse panel. Like, I mean, first of all, Ryan isn't actually a white person in the typical sense. You don't talk about it very often, but you're partly Middle Eastern, are you not?
I'm technically Syrian Lebanese. A lot of times I just say Lebanese, but yeah, Syrian Lebanese.
A lot of people just assume. Now, I'm, whiter than the inside of a potato. My ancestors are from Ireland and Scotland and so forth. But
Although,
I never heard that before. Whiter than the inside of a potato. Oh my god, that's too
I
funny.
am too, but like the majority of my family, especially all of the family on my mom's side, is all Native American. I'm adopted, but they're all Native American.
Yeah, so I get it, skeptical disciple, but again,
yeah, it's just circumstances that we don't have some of our more spicy skin tone friends on today.
did Kelly say mocha or caramel? I forget now. I forget what kind of coffee she said she was, but yeah, mocha caramel.
We need a BuzzFeed quiz. What kind of coffee are you?
We tried to figure that out, but I already forgot. Good morning, Deviant.
Deviant, we've been like sitting in an Arctic blast for like a week.
We did kind of have a little bit of an Arctic blast. We were supposed to get another one this weekend, but it passed us by. I don't know if it's going to still come.
It got down to 10 degrees the night before last, which is freaking cold for here. Ugh, not fun.
Yeah. Steve C says I'm more of a pink color. I get that. My oldest, when they came home from school one day, they were talking something racial history. I don't know. Maybe it was about Malcolm X. It doesn't matter. But my oldest, their question was, why do people say I'm a white person? Because I'm peachy.
Peachy.
I'm like, you are not wrong, dear.
Yeah, this is so strange. Our classifications is just interesting.
Well, the fun thing is, one of the reasons we know race is the social construct is because there is no such thing as white people, right? Like, that's a term that only became relevant after the end of slavery, when suddenly the black people, which we couldn't call by their nationalities because we erased all their nationalities, so they were just Africans collectively. There's black people, we have to have white people to be opposed to them. But before that, you didn't have white people. You had English descended people, or citizens as they were called at the time. You had German descended people, you had French descended people, and then you also had the damn Irish and the worthless Italians and the fucking Polacks, and like everyone was their ancestry. There was no blanket European nonsense. There were different ethnicities within what we now call whiteness, and some were privileged and some were despised. But once black people got their rights, all of a sudden white people had to band together because at least the damn Irish are not black people,
Yeah, man.
This country's been horrible all the way through.
Yeah.
Ugh, something they won't talk about in this video.
Oh, of course not.
Is that by taking the high road and not sinking to the level of people who are being mean, you can actually make a bigger impact on them than with a violent act like a punch.
I wasn't mean to my friends who laughed.
That's not true. Just on the level of physics, that's not true. When you take a massive object and imbue it with inertia, then it will make a bigger impact than not doing that.
And went along with the bullying. I just said I was shocked and disappointed that they could be so cruel. I kind of took the high road. Do you think that's why they won't talk to me?
I do. And since you did the right thing and they didn't, they might be.
You made them feel ashamed, and so they will not talk to you because you make them feel shame. They know they have done wrong, praise the Lord.
Struggling with some disappointment in themselves. Don't worry, Miss Layla. If they're the kind.
Yes, it's the disappointment within them. They're disappointed in themselves.
That's what it is. It's projection.
Yes, that's always how it works with bullies. Yes.
Friends who are worth having, they'll be back after they've reflected on their actions and let go of their pride enough to apologize.
Oh, tell us about the I Have a Dream speech. My teacher played it for us last Martin Luther King Day, and oh man, you gave me chills, Dr. King.
So, after the successful Montgomery bus boycott, I got to be pretty well known, and for years I traveled through the South and led movements against racial injustices. In response, I was wrongfully put in prison many times and even stabbed once.
My goodness.
But my belief in nonviolence never changed, and this led.
I have thoughts. So he, first of all, he could have led with, oh, skeptical disciple. Don't even get me started.
I know, it's just weird. It's just the way he says white. I keep going back to Stewie, who white Cool Whip.
Well, the thing, we don't know who the actor is. It could actually be a black person, but he's trying to do that Martin Luther King resonance, and it's just not working.
Yeah.
It's not hitting. They should have paid for like a real actor or something. Ugh.
Real actors won't work with Prager.
They wouldn't. Anybody with common sense wouldn't. They're writing checks though. That's the problem. Money talks.
I mean, they probably could have called like James Wood or John Voight or something.
Oh boy.
James Wood might try.
Sylvester Stallone. Oh my God.
Wowzers.
Led to some positive outcomes. All our different protests in all the different places became known as the Civil Rights Movement, and along the way, I became its most famous leader. On August 28th, 1963, others and
I became its most famous leader. Me. Because it just illustrates that the people on Prager's payroll, possibly because they're ideologically inclined that way, or possibly because they're directed to perform that way, are not able to think beyond me. You know, like King, if he was worried about fame and fortune and shit, he would have done things considerably differently. He wouldn't have, put himself in positions to get assassinated, for one thing, knowing there were people out there who wanted to kill him. Holy shit. Well, I probably shouldn't talk.
But they continue to kind of, I feel like they're trying to change the narrative and just make it about his fame. And I was well known.
Also talking about your own recent history in the past tense like that, like I was a well-loved person. Like, do you know you're dead in the present? Like, I mean, depending on how far a person from the future,
right? They're
comes,
using the weird tense. Yeah, it's not making
weird.
sense.
It's
I didn't even
weird.
pick up on that until
But like a lot of civil rights leaders are very aware that there's a very high risk of being deleted, so to speak, by crazy people, by hateful people. There's a lot of hateful people around, more so than ever before. You're not out there fighting to become famous as a freedom fighter. You're out there doing what you perceive needs to be done because it needs doing. Knowing there's a risk to your life, knowing that people will stab you, for instance. You do what you have to do for your own survival and for the survival of other people like you who will suffer if you don't do everything you can, knowing that it may not work, that it may not make a difference within your own lifetime, but eventually sane people, kind people, people who actually care about doing good, having faith that they'll prevail.
Right. Hopefully we'll not freaking be silent.
I held a march on Washington for jobs and freedom, and more than 250,000 people of all races came to hear me give the I Have a Dream speech.
I wonder why our time machine didn't take us there to hear your big speech. Some of those lines are famous. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation
where they will not be judged by the color of their skin,
but by the content of their character. I'm glad those words are remembered. Perhaps in many ways, that famous moment was just the beginning. A lot has happened.
Well, there's a couple of reasons that we only ever hear that speech, but never mind.
In the 5 years since that day, and I've learned much more about the need to continue taking action to right wrongs.
Did the I Have a Dream speech not have as much impact as you hoped?
Oh, it was a huge success. That speech caught the eye of not just the country, but the world. Other civil rights leaders and I were invited to visit the White House and speak with President John F. Kennedy. We set the stage for laws to be passed called the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and 65, which banned legal segregation, outlawed discrimination based on race, and made voting possible for every legal citizen.
What one must also notice, Kennedy also was deleted. So
Since you got those laws passed, why do you still need to be out here giving speeches?
Because in the years since, I've learned that there is much work that still needs to be done. There is far more injustice in the world than I once even realized, and I can provide a voice for the voiceless.
Dr. King, do you really think you need to fight all those fights?
Thanks to my fame and notoriety, when I speak, many people hear my voice, and I feel
thanks to my fame. Oh, fucking hell.
Right? They're coming back to that fame and notoriety. I told you it's weird.
It's a fundamental disability in the conservative mind to think outside of your own power, you know? Like, I have no doubt that King may have thought along the lines of, I have this ability, I have this voice that people listen to, I can use it to bring attention to things. But even so, first of all, remember that he was not well liked during his lifetime. It was only after his assassination, after kids started growing up hearing the I Have a Dream speech and being told, oh yes, he was wonderful for a black man. You know, putting him up on a pedestal as a non-violent figurehead when we had race riots and Malcolm X running around saying we need to be harder on the white folks. Yeah, of course they're going to put Mr. Nonviolence on a pedestal. Duh.
Durr.
I would be a hypocrite if I only acted to fix the problems in my own backyard. I do plan on slowing down to spend some time with my family, but there's still a lot of work for me to do.
Thanks to talking to you, I'm really glad I did what was right and stood up for Haley. Telling bullies to knock it off and my friends to be nice isn't a big deal like what you do, Dr. King, but I know I'd feel so terrible if I stayed quiet.
I'm glad to hear that, Miss Layla, but know that whether an injustice affects just a handful of people or millions, this world needs brave people like yourself to act peacefully and stand up against them.
Thank you, sir. Feel better? Lots.
On tough days, remember, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. And I see you kids shining. Now get on home.
Okay, bye, Doctor.
Sounds so cliche. I see you shining. You're shining. You're going to be stars. You're going to be stars one day, kids.
Dark enough can you see the stars shining, and you white children, you're so shiny, you're white and delightsome in this dark room.
Doesn't it sound creepy?
Fucking hell.
Like that just feels like it has like a subverted connotation to it that you're only going to know, you're only going to pick up, dog whistle if you will, unless you get it. And
that one I'd want to consult with Maya, who is like several experience levels higher on dog whistles than I am, but that one I might be willing to chalk up to just trying to say wishy-washy, inspirational, adjacent sounding things. They may not have intended the overtones of race in that one also.
Well, the thing is they don't think about things. So that is true. They will say things without knowing. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead, Lila.
It says something about them that even if they did not intend it to sound as racist as it came across, even if they didn't intend it to, it still did. That's just the way they think and just the way they talk. That it's like, ugh.
And the whole thing's just kind of weird and icky. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Like,
it's like so kitty.
Who
So
does like? I get why they would take like some of these other cartoons. Why they took Christopher Columbus and like tried to whitewash him. Oh, I'm just trying to help the savages by bringing them Christianity. You know, but how gross to take. I mean, first of all, that's gross to try to make what Columbus did in anything resembling okay, but to try to take someone who lived, you know, in living memory and rearrange what he said. Now, in fairness, they didn't like try to change too much of what he said to support their own message. They did seem to make an effort to stay true to their understanding of what he stood for. So I'll give him some credit there. They didn't, you know, just have him outright say, I was wrong and only Ronald Reagan could save us, you know? But for fuck's sake, like, why would you even do this?
Your King, thanks for being an inspiration to me and to the whole country. Hey.
Things better at school?
So good. I got called into the principal's office and thought I was in trouble.
Wow, we time traveled not just out of the past, but into their own pre-experienced future. Amazing. Oh, you wanna talk to our petrol?
do they mean us or they mean PragerU? Like, is that a U by PragerU?
Oh, well, I have to assume it's us. Remember, this is the person who called into the show last week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Who?
The skeptical disciple, the person who thinks skepticism means accepting Jesus uncritically.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, I'm inferring that they're implying that he's just popular. Like, I feel like they're trying to erase the actual good work that he did and just making him this influencer style person who said some good stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not really great with words, so there is that.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
what I'm saying is that his message was whitewashed from the beginning. He's been appropriated and repurposed for propagandistic means. That does nothing to change his own message. It shows that our culture is very happy to turn everything into propaganda to help support the system, especially subversive messages that run counter to the interests of the system, or at least the system as it's perceived to be by the current group of oligarchs in charge. But that's neither here nor there. None of this is actually the point, because it's not us saying that King's message was appropriated by white people, that he's only well known because of white people. It is incontrovertible that every school child knows the name Martin Luther King Jr. and does not know the name Malcolm X because of white people. You cannot deny that. And the fact that you're trying to take this into some type of, you're doing a white people and trying to rearrange history, that's you being racist, buddy. That's you. You definitely, some of your other comments about what sounds black and what sounds white, you may have some internal work to do. Up to you.
Maybe. I mean, I was taught about Malcolm X, thankfully. We even went, I think it was right around the time that the movie came out. I was very thankful for that, because The school was the only place I was getting, not that my parents, they just we didn't talk about any kind of political, no human rights. It's just like the JWA, one day life is going to be perfect. And that's the focus.
I was not taught about Malcolm X in school. Neither one of my sons were taught about Malcolm X in school. I had to do that. I had to teach them.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Is it getting bad?
He was never even mentioned. They had no idea who he was.
Wow.
Yeah, because his message was not the same as Dr. King's. His message did not accord with what the system wants you to believe. So for some reason, he just never came up.
Mm-hmm.
The violence in Watts, I didn't learn about that until college.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panthers, who's she? You know?
But Haley Johnson was in there too. We're going to lead a fundraiser that will add space to the areas of the school where it's a tough fit for Haley's wheelchair. And all my friends said they were sorry to Haley and asked her if they can help with a fundraiser. We start this weekend.
All right. Can I help?
Of course.
Dr. King would be proud of you.
I think so too. I miss him.
I love how perfectly it worked out.
I know.
Isn't that just like the way it is? Like she just said one thing and it's all perfect now. And the school's going to make the halls wider. They're going to meet all the needs and the kids realize they were wrong. And wow, what a perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
Mm-hmm. And the neat thing is absolutely none of it was because of anything with their interaction with Dr. King. It just worked out on its own.
But what that's what, like, even that part is why did they use his message for it just such weak sauce, such like that was the perfect opportunity to really have a conversation about injustice and whatnot with I know a fake conversation with Dr. King, but you know what I mean. Anybody else, if this was an educational cartoon, would have went into that, but nope, this is all about her, this little girl, she did the right thing and yada yada yada, and life is perfect.
Yeah, she had internal struggles with her nonviolent, but also throwing insults. They like, oh no, heaven forbid. But Dr. King said she did the right thing, and that retroactively made it be the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
So does our country.
If you'd like to
Wait. What? So does our country what now?
I think so too. I miss him.
So does our country.
Oh,
the country misses him. I mean,
well, he should still be here. Or I mean, I don't know how old he would be if he was still here, but
well, here's the thing. Like, look at the podcast guy from last September, right? Erica Kirk's
oh yeah,
former couchmate. That guy. Like, he was somewhat known as sort of a low grade conservative talking head type, but then they're trying to make him into a martyr, even though it was his own team who took him out. But never mind that. Like, he was taken out for his values. They're trying to turn him into Dr. King. But the thing of it is, the vast majority of conservatives had no idea who the fuck he was until then. Now he's a flashpoint for outrage. So yeah, weirdly, if you went back in time and you stopped King from being assassinated, he might still be alive today, but it would be really, really pushing it. But if he, lived to a ripe old age and passed away old and toothless in his bed, surrounded by great-great-grandbabies, wonderful for him. I would love to see it. But the public's opinion of him would definitely be very different. Like, take the story of Jesus, for example. If the crucifixion weren't part of that story, nobody would care,
He'd just be a criminal.
The whole element is that guilt aspect of he gave his life for you.
Mm-hmm.
You are obligated. You should feel bad about this and do as I say,
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Hell. All right, let's get this bullshit off.
Morning. Yeah, that's just sad that that will be used as I don't know, enlightening children about his message, what he stood for, the changes that he made, the people that he inspired, etc. It's just very weak sauce. It's just based as fuck. It's so bad. My opinion, anyway.
It's some bullshit. And to be clear, there would have always been people who were fans, just like there were always people who were fans of Malcolm X's work, because he was right about a lot of shit. Community needs to stand up for community. People need to come together to defend themselves, especially when the system itself is one of their oppressors. He doesn't have the same cult that Martin Luther King does. He doesn't have his own holiday. The system doesn't endorse even the presentation of violence, even the possibility of violence, even the threat of violence. But it sure will provoke it when it suits its purposes.
Oh, Dennis Prager.
Yep.
Dennis Prager. This is just I do not like that man.
This is the shit that's replacing PBS Kids.
Yeah. Like, to me, it's pretty obvious there's an agenda here.
Oh, absolutely.
Now people will say, not, they'll see it as very innocuous, I bet. But I see the bigger picture. It really is that Judeo-Christianity they're going for. And there is a hierarchy there. I don't know if people realize it, but it's not, and the eschatology is terrible. I mean, Zionism, it's just Zionism in a different package. It just sounds better, I guess, but that's all it is Zionism. Ugh.
There's a couple different layers to it. As you know, it's messy. It's power games. Part of it is anti-Islamism, xenophobia. Those save us from the brown people, that sort of thing. But some of it, now you need to understand from the perspective of Prager's, it's not so much Islamophobia and xenophobia. There's a bit of that because there is some definite white supremacy going on. But it's a useful tool from his perspective. The people of Israel are God's chosen people. The Christians are not. But if they can be made into useful tools, that makes them preferable to the other people who are not useful tools.
Yeah. There's this exceptionalism idea going on and extremism in religion right now. And I don't know if it's just the frenzy of the money that's now, like, the money is like the blood in the water, and everybody's like, oh, I realize like how much the far right sells. Like, we watch Democrats shift to the right. We watch influencers shift to the right because they all move to the money, because the money talks. It's changing the game. Ugh, the playing field.
I mean, I think it's the money, but I also think the people who are pushing the ideology, especially Christian nationalism, realize they're not going to have a giant opportunity like this anytime soon. So they are trying to get it as out there as they possibly can right now.
The market is like wide open.
Yeah.
You got money?
But they also know if they don't get their message out there and don't get it widely accepted like they want to, they're not going to be able to do shit before too long. Because
like you said, with Texas, parts of Texas turn purple or what have you. Obviously, there's a change is coming, honey. The wind is shifting. The wind is absolutely
Texas would be at minimum purple, possibly straight up blue, if it wasn't gerrymandered to all hell. It's been gerrymandered to all hell for decades at this point.
And then voter rolls are being stolen.
Yeah.
It's a wild, wild world. Guys, it's 10:52. So I don't want to kick us off out of here, but I want to make sure that Ember has an opportunity to say any final words and shill if he got to. before you got to
Any
roll?
last words?
Any final words?
Yes, I do have to go set up for the next show. Learn Together Live every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern over at my place, Better Than Ember, here on YouTube. All my links at betterthanember.com. Today, we're learning all about boobies. I was hoping How to Rule an Asteroid could join us because Jess was the one who suggested this topic, but the universe conspires against us, so we'll see. But
Life happens.
maybe some people will drop by, and it should be quite interesting, especially since between medical stuff and doing shows, I have had no time to prepare. So we're going to be doing this live.
On the fly. You got it like that, Amber. You always have a way of getting the crowd wrapped up.
It'll be interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna pop out and do that, and we'll see you all hopefully over at my place in a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Toodles.
Certainly will. Lil, you got any final words to wrap up with?
Just oh my god, PragerU is horrific.
It really
I mean,
is.
I've been keeping an eye on them for years at this point, and it just gets worse and worse. So
I think that's why it's really important that we locally try to get involved with our kids' PTO meetings, whatever kind of meetings you need to get involved, talk to your politicians, etc., to make sure that they're not using. And the reason they're doing it, I'm sure, is because they're getting kickbacks. It's all about the dollar bills. So yeah, I think that's probably my final word is just don't stay silent, get local, and that's where we can make change happen. Get involved with your community.
Find out what your kids are and aren't learning in school, and if you have to teach them about stuff, do it.
You might have to. Yeah. Good suggestion. All right, guys, we love you. Thank you for coming. Please don't forget to hit that like before you leave. Stay tuned for Better Than Ember up next, and we will. Oh, and also, stay tuned for tomorrow with Chris and I for the Daily Atheist Morning Show, 9 a.m. We'll see you then. Bye, guys. Have a great one.